Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone and welcome to my presentation today. I'm Keisha Zahwa Shahrani and today I would like to present my mini research about analyzing the effect of nervousness on the presentation process of university students in the next about 5 until 10 minutes. So before we are going to the result of my mini research, let's take a look to the previous research that I found. There are three previous research that I found, and the first title is an analysis of student anxiety in presentation performance on the fifth semester students English language education at Universitas Islam Riau by Tri Aprilawati in 2022, and the research objective is focuses on students' anxiety in performance as well as identifies the dominant aspects of the anxiety. The second one is I feel nervous and lose my ideas when having presentation, mapping senior students' challenges in academic oral presentation in English by Marham Juprihadi, by Kenny Rizka, and Tarmizi, and the research objectives is what are the students' difficulties and the perceived causes in giving academic oral presentation in English? And the last one is hubungan antara kepercayaan diri dengan kecemasan berbicara di depan umum pada mahasiswa psikologi by Sri Wahyuni. And the research objective is to determine the relationship between the public speaking anxiety and self-confidence in the psychology department Mula Warman University, specifically the class of 2009 and 2010 students. I have divided my presentation into several parts. The first one is talking about research objective. The second one is talking about definition of nervousness. The third one is talking about result of research. The fourth one is talking about tips to overcome nervousness. Next is conclusion, and the last one is sources. Research objectives. So, my research objective is aims to determine the effect of nervousness on students' presentation process and how they overcome the problem. Definition of nervousness. Nervousness is part of anxiety experienced by individuals in communication and can cause feeling of discomfort when having to speak in front of many people, such as when we do a public speaking in the social situation by Rahmat in 2007. So let's take a look to my result of research. As we can see in the screen, there are 64.2% of my respondents sometimes feel nervous during the presentation process in class, which means the majority of my respondents sometimes feel nervous during the presentation process in class. In this survey, as we can see, 94% of my respondents believe the feel of nervousness affect the quality of their presentation process in class, which means the majority of my respondents feel that nervousness affect the quality of their presentation process in class. In this chart, as we can see, 34% of my respondents choose not focus as the most physical symptoms they feel when they feeling nervous. And in this survey, I also asked my respondent to write down the other physical symptoms that they feel when they feeling nervous. And there are 10% of them fill it out. And based on my respondents' answer, the other physical symptoms that they feel when they're feeling nervous are their heart beating fast, their voice trembles, their voice decreases, and their stomach not uncomfortable. In this survey, 96.8% of my respondents agree that feelings of nervousness in students can affect nonverbal communication, such as body language, facial expression, or eye contact during presentation. which means the majority of my respondents agree that feelings of nervousness in students can affect nonverbal communication such as body language, facial expression, or eye contact during the presentation in class. In this survey, using scale from 1 to 5, where 1 means feeling nervous has no influence to their self-confidence when presenting, and 5 has very influential effect to their self-confidence when presenting. And as you can see in the screen, 51% of my respondents give a rating of 3, which means more than half of my respondents giving a rating of 3, which indicates that their nervousness has a medium impact to their self-confidence when presenting. In the survey, 74% of my respondents feel that feeling of nervous make them difficult to interact with the audience, which means the majority of my respondents feel that feeling of nervousness make them difficult to interact with the audience. And in this survey, I also asked my respondent about how they overcome the problem. And based on my respondent answer, the majority of my respondents say that they will do self-relaxing when they find it difficult to interact with the audience. 83% of my respondents believe that they feel more nervous when giving a presentation in a second language than in their mother language, which means the majority of my respondents feel more nervous when giving a presentation in a second language than in their mother language. Let's move to tips to overcome nervousness. Based on my respondent answer, there are 4 tips to overcome nervousness. First, practice and understand the material. Before we can effectively present any topic, it's crucial to have a deep understanding about the material. Read, study, and gather information about the material from the reliable sources so we can be more confident when presenting. The second one is relax yourself. We can do this by taking a deep breath and then exhaling slowly. The third one is interaction with the audience. Welcome the audience and involve the audience during the presentation process. We can ask their opinion about the material and then give a good feedback. And the last one is ice breaking. We can do this by give a light jokes or give a short quiz related to the material. Conclusion. From the survey I conducted using a questionnaire, I can conclude the majority of my respondents state that nervousness affects the quality of their presentations, affects their nonverbal communication, such as body language, facial expression, and eye contact during the presentations, make them difficult to interact with the audience, and they also feel some physical symptoms such as heart beating fast, cold sweat, shaking, not focus, their voice trembles, their voice decreases, and their stomach feel uncomfortable. And this is the sources that I found the definition of nervousness and the physical symptoms that we feel when we feel nervous. And these sources is the sources where I found the previous research that I put on my slide. I think that's all from me. I apologize if there is a wrong word. Thank you so much for your attention and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Have a nice day.